representative and register number is your KDNCS012. This is the third experiment in OOPS, and this from here the all experiments are in Java. So in that the first experiment sub experiment is to calculate the tax of the employee based on the income. So now import java.util.star. It imports all the packages, so which are the classes here, and now I'm defining the class employee. In that I'm declaring scanner in equal to new scanner. So here I'm defining the scanner function. So string name, float income and float tax, public void get info. And now I'm asking the in this creating a function called get info. In this I'm asking the user like this to enter the name and storing here, and enter the income storing here. Now I'm creating another function called public float call tags. So the income here is paused to here, and if income is less than 1,50,000, so no tax. So if the income is greater than 1,50,000 and less than 3 lakhs, so the income is multiplied with 10% of tax, that means 0.1. So if the income is between 30 lakhs and 50 lakhs, 3 lakhs and 5 lakhs, the 20% tax, that means 0.2 into income. Or else if the income is greater than the 5 lakhs, the income is 30% tax. Tax is 30%, that means 0.3 into income. So here this completed, and here for the printing the details I'm creating another function called public void show info and printing the name, income and tax. So here it is a main function, public class main, public static void main, and here I'm creating object employee emp equal to new employee to access the class called employee here. So here I'm calling the function get info. So the get info is called here, the name is stored here, the income is stored for the first object here, employee emp, and next this is passed here, and tax is calculated based on the income of the user. And now we are calling another function called show info by using the object. So here the based upon the user input, salary, the tax is calculated. So let's watch the now see the output. So here is the output. So it's asking to enter name. So I'm asking my name J, and it's enter. So it was 3 lakhs 30,000. Yeah, 3 lakhs. So it's showing the printing again name, income and tax. So in this way this will work, and yeah, now it's fine. And now let's move to the second sub experiment. So this experiment is to calculate the add the two vectors. Yes, this one. Yeah. So for that I'm creating a class vector initializing into xyz and declaring now I'm giving the constructor initially x equal to 0, y equal to 0 and z equal to 0. Now I'm creating a public vector and declaring x equal to a, y equal to b, z equal to c. So I'll explain this use while acquiring the main function. So I'm creating to print the output, I'm using void display. So it will print, add this and print it. So add the given the two vectors and print it. Now this I'm creating to add those public vector, add vector 1 and vector 2. So here are the calculations, r into x equal to x1 into x plus y1 into x. So here all the functions to add the two vectors and returning this one. Now this is the main class, public static void main string args. So here I'm declaring the scan class to store this and creating object vector v equal to new vector and asking the user to enter the first xyz values of the vector 1. I'm storing it and passing it to this here. I'm passing it to here, and these values are stored in xyz. And I'm asking the user to input the second vector values and in the second object created, and these values are stored in the second object. Now I'm calling the function v3 equal to add the two vectors using v3. So these from the object 1 and object 2, that means vector 1 vector 2 are added and stored in r. This r is returned to the v3, and now v3 dot display, that means here the whichever it is the both added two vectors are displayed. So now let's see this working principle. So first for the simple understanding I'm giving 1 1 1 and enter the second vector 2 2 2, enter. So resultant vector is 3 plus 3 plus 3, so 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1. So in this way this program work. And now let's check the third one. So this one is used to calculate the area of rectangle, circle and square. So for that, import java.ttool.star, it import all the classes, functions and whatever these are stored here. So now class rectangle, in this class rectangle I am declaring two variables, length and breadth, integer variables. So in this I am declaring the public static rectangle. So I am leaving space here in this void. So I will say this later. So public void string set length int 1. So this will set the length equal to 1. And I set length means, that means this dot l equal to l, that means here two values are declared. So this is a in simple we can say the constructor. So this value will be stored here. So the from the main class we can access this value. So we'll give the value to it, it will give the value to the main value. So that is used to here. And finally area of rectangle is length into breadth, so that area is returned. So these are the three sub functions stored in a class called rectangle. And in a class called circle, so we are collecting the radius and storing the area into a. So here public circle is called. Next, in this the public void set radius, the radius is asked from the user and given to this. And the public float area, get area is calculated and written. So these set radius, get area and void set side, these are work like similarly constructor. That means if we can access this value using objects. So the value which are given to here will be printed, given to this and directly accessed there. Now why? Because here in uh, these L and B are declared. So this L and B is used access throughout these functions defined, which are there in the rectangle. So in similar way, this radius and area can access throughout the class called circle. And similarly here another class is declared as square, and we are storing a side. And this dot s equal to s, this dot area equal to s, we are used to, that means here we are declared s. So we can acquire, this is used, we can use this s anywhere in this function. So that's why we are using this dot s for this to access this variable. So now here it is a main function, public static void main, declaring the scanner variable, scanner class, sorry, to store this, and declaring int character ch and character re. So I'm using the do while loop, asking the user whether he want to choose area of rectangle or circle or square. So now character ch, I'm storing this the given input in the ch and passing this value into switch case. If we want to select the rectangle, he has to enter the length and breadth. They are stored and sent to this class called rectangle. So then area is calculated there and area is processed here and printed. So these are calculated using uh, objects. So here the case 2, here it is used to calculate the circle. Now circle class is acquired using this one, c dot get area. So the c dot get area is there we are acquiring this one circle. And now if you want to calculate the area of a square, the class square is called, and the functions which are inside the uh, class called square are called from here, and the values are sent to that and calculated, and finally area is printed. So if there is no other than this row, it will print invalid input. So if you want to continue, if you press yes, this will repeat again. If you press no, it will not continue. So now let's check the program. Yes, I want for the area of rectangle, enter the length 2, enter the breadth 3. So area is 6. Do you want to continue? Yes. Now I want to calculate for the square. Enter the radius 5, 10.85, 3.14 into 5 into, yeah. Yes, I want to continue. As for the square 3, enter the side 2. So it is 4. Yeah, I will enter the 4 value. Yes, it will not take. So other than this, whatever you give, the program will stop. So now I will show this. Other than this value, I will enter the value called 4 invalid input. Yes, it also works, and that's it. The third experiment here is completed, and Thank you.